you're having a fabulous day. Y'all, today is our DIY Decor Box reveal. I'm going to share with you the August DIY Decor Box, which I am very excited about. This turned out so dang cute, and I absolutely love it. So I'm really excited to share it with y'all today. So I'm going to show you what's inside the box. We're going to talk about the DIY Decor Box. I'm going to explain it, tell you what it is, all about it. And I'm also going to show you what the finished product looks like. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek of next month's DIY Decor Box as well. Plus, we have 6 giveaways to do today. All right, so 6 people are going to be receiving a giveaway. 3 people are going to get these items right here, some patriotic stuff. So you have a patriotic star, a DIY wand kit, and then a paper bunting banner. And then 3 people are going to get a package of patriotic floral paper plates, which of course you could use any time of year, and a USA patriotic banner. All right. So 3 people are going to get this, 3 people are going to get the other. So we're doing 6 giveaways today, as always. And you must be watching live in order to win those giveaways. So when you hop on, say, hey, let me know you're watching. And I'll explain how you can win here in just a minute. And then we'll jump into seeing what is in this box and talking about it and learning all the things, okay? All right, so let's see who's joining me today. Hi, Deborah. Hello. By the way, I hope you all had a fabulous weekend. Hi, Teresa. I'm good. How are you? Happy, is it? Yeah, it's Monday. Okay, you confused me, Teresa, by saying Tuesday. I was like, is it Tuesday already? Hi, Jackie. Hello, Carol. Hi, Carol Gore. Hi, Linda. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Phyllis. Hey, Stacy. Hi, Dale. Hello, Cindy. Hi, Dorothy. Hey, Pam. Hello, Glenda. Susan, you absolutely need to open yours. Hey, Lori. I'm glad to see you today. Hello, Carolyn. I'm so glad y'all are here. Hi, Rosemarie. Good to see you. Happy Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. I had a headache all weekend, so I spent a lot of my weekend on the couch. But I finally got it to go away yesterday afternoon. And so I went to small group. Saturday, we did football, of course. And it was our very first football game of the season. And it was hot. Where we were at in Louisville, they had a heat advisory yesterday. It was a heat index of 110 yesterday. Not yesterday, Saturday, in Louisville. And so they played, thankfully, in the morning at 9, then they played again at noon. And then they were having like a big tournament type thing going on. And they ended up canceling the rest of the games because of the heat. It was hot, very hot. At some point, though, I feel like it just, I don't know if y'all feel this way, but at some point, it just feels hot. Like, I feel like it's hard to tell the difference between 95 and 105. I don't know. Is that just me? It might be just me. I don't know. It just feels dang hot, you know? Thank you, Anita. Tornado warnings, thunder all weekend. Oh no, Sandy, I'm telling you, this rain's been horrible. Terrible hot in South Georgia. Hi, Lorianne. Hey, Pam. Hey, Deborah. Family reunion this weekend. Hi, Michelle. Thank you, Deborah. Hello, Cheryl. Happy Monday. Teresa. Hey, Rosemarie. Hello, everybody. I'm glad to see y'all. Yes, hello, Jeremy. Oh, fun, Jeremy. I'm so glad. Just bought Kansas City Chiefs tickets for hubby's 60th birthday. Oh, fun, Jackie. Very hot in Maryland and humid. Yes, Jeslyn. Too dang hot either way. It's right, Pam. Yay, Teresa. All right, so let's get into it. Let's start chatting about the DIY decor box, okay? So let me tell you how you can win, okay? How you can win one of the prizes we're giving away today. So we're giving away 6 prizes today. 3 people are going to receive a package of these patriotic red, white, and blue paper plates and this USA banner. 3 people receive that, and 3 people are going to receive this bunting banner that is super duper cute floral, and this wand, as well as, or this DIY wand kit, and then this metal star. Okay, so we're giving 6 away today. 3 get this one, and 3 get the other one. All right. So in order to win, you need to comment. All right. So keep those comments flowing. And the way that it works is I'm going to set a timer on my phone, and when that timer goes off, I'm going to pick the first comment that I see. All right. And that person's going to be our first winner, and we're going to repeat the process. Okay. During this process, I'm going to tell you all about the DIY decor box. I'm going to show you what's inside. I'm also going to show you a sneak peek of next month, as well as show you the finished product and how this can look. Okay, so that's the plan. All right, so keep those comments flowing. I'm going to set the timer, and when it goes off, I'll pick the first comment that I see to be our first winner. Okay. All right, and I do it for a random amount, a random time each time. You never know when that timer is going to go off, okay? Oh, awesome, Melissa. Let's see. Okay, let's go. All right. Okay, so the DIY decor box. Let's talk about the DIY decor box. And what is the DIY decor box? Maybe you're new here and you're not familiar with the DIY decor box. The DIY decor box is our monthly subscription. It is $38 a month, and then there is a shipping fee of $12. All right. So $38 a month for this box and all of the contents in the box. Every single month, we are going to ship to your house this box right here, and every month is going to be something different, okay? And in that box is a DIY decor piece, okay? So you are going to find the pieces inside to create a beautiful piece of home decor of some kind. It could be anything. Thank you, Melissa. And it is, yes, it's a chalk paint that I got from Amazon. It could be anything, y'all, from candlesticks to last month was this desk calendar that we did. It could be a cake stand. It could be a bubblegum machine. It could be, if you are a DIY darling, comment some of the boxes you've received, and you all can give us some ideas of what the boxes have been in the past, so that you can see what you could receive in your box, because there are so many different things. If it is a decorative item, whether it's something that's functional or not, you could receive it in your box. Okay, so every month is different. You never know what you're going to get. It's a surprise. So when it comes to your box and you get it, then you're not going to know what it is until you open it up. All right. So it's a surprise every month, which is also what makes it really fun. It's like receiving a gift in the mail every month, which is a lot of fun. It's something you look forward to. It's a little moment for yourself, for you to spend time doing something that you love and enjoy. And I think that's what's really fun about it. Yes, a jewelry box. We've done a jewelry box before. Trinket box, yes. So, what makes this unique is the fact that it is designed by us here at Celebration Company, and it's also manufactured by us here at Celebration Company. Okay, so Valina says there's no sound. Is everyone else hearing me okay? So I design whatever it is. Okay, if it's a candlestick, I design those candlesticks. I get the opportunity to create something unique, something that is not on the shelf at Hobby Lobby or on the shelf at Michael's or anywhere. It's something that is unique and different. Hi, Jeannie. I'm so glad you're here. She says it's her first live. The tissue box. Yes, we did a tissue box one time. So ultimately, it is unique. It's fun. It's different. It's a decorative item, and it also comes with everything that you need to complete that project, except for your basic supplies like paintbrushes, paint, glue, glue gun, those types of things. Okay, everything else is included. Okay, Valina, you are our first winner. So congratulations, Valina. Let me write your name down, because I feel like I'm not going to be able to pronounce it. Okay. So Valina is our first winner. Let's set the timer again. Okay. Hello, Betty. You're welcome, Valina. By the way, if you are a winner of one of the giveaways today, make sure that you send us a message with your mailing address so that we can mail you your prize. All right, let's get into this and let's open it up and see what's inside so that I can share a little bit more, okay? So it comes in this box every single month. We have two different size boxes. One is 4 inches tall and the other is 3 inches tall. So it just depends on the month and what's in that specific box, okay? It always has our little label on the top that says the DIY Decor Box, a crafting experience that fills your cup. Then when you open it up, there's going to be a little note here that says, yay, from our hearts to your hands. Thank you for crafting with us. And you will also find inside a little thank you card. On the back of this thank you card, there's a few QR codes and a little bit of information. If you're a DIY darling, these are things that you're going to need to know because first and foremost, there is a QR code on here to join our Facebook group. Inside the Darling Circle is where I teach you how to create this project. Okay, so I don't just send it to you and throw you to the wolves. I send it to you and then I teach you how to put it together, how to paint it, how to do all the things. And so you're learning more techniques. You're not just getting this box. You're also developing all kinds of techniques and learning lots of great things that you get to keep in your back pocket for all of your craft projects, okay? You're also going to have on here our email address if you need to email us if you have any questions. And then the text alerts for the Darling Circle is in there as well, so that we can send you a text before we go live. And so just lots of great information right here. The other really important thing that's in here every single month is our info sheet, okay? This is super important. Every month, this is super duper important. So on the info sheet, it's going to have, first of all, the picture right here of what this project inside here looks like finished according to the way that I did it, the way that I chose to finish it. And based upon that picture, all of the supplies that you're going to need to complete your project to make it look like this picture is going to be right here on this other supplies needed list. Everything that's in the box is going to be right here in included supplies. And I always suggest to take a look at that and make sure everything that's on here is in here. There has been an instance before where we have missed things in specific boxes, or even 1 month we missed, I think it was last month, we missed one item with everybody. Okay, so it was just a dowel rod, but we forgot to send it in everyone's boxes. So always check that. And then you're also going to find a little QR code over here, and this QR code is going to send you to our website, and it's going to give you a list of supplies that you might need to restock. Okay, all items that I have used to create this project, the paint colors that I've used, the paint brushes, all of that stuff is going to be on there in that QR code, so you can go and restock if you need to. And then down at the bottom is another QR code, again, to join the Darling Circle. You want to make sure you're in the Darling Circle in order to have the tutorial. Otherwise, you're not going to get the information on how to put this together. Okay, so that's super important. Also inside is always a sticker. And we just think these are really fun. The stickers are a watercolor image of a previous DIY decor box. So this was the storage book that we did. It was a book that had a secret drawer compartment in it. And it's super duper cute. So this is what it turned out to be. So it's a watercolor image of a previous DIY decor box. It's not necessarily like the month before or anything. It's always something different. And then you're also going to have a prayer card in here. And this prayer card is different every month. And this month is wisdom. Okay, so there's going to be a little word on there. And then there's going to be a little scripture verse on there. And it says, if any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously. Okay, Patty Scheffler, you're our next winner. Patty Scheffler. Okay. All right. So then, those are all the fun little things that are included there on the top. It always comes wrapped up like this in paper, which helps to protect it as well as make it look really nice. So it always comes wrapped up in paper there. It has our little logo sticker right here. By the way, the logo that is used is a previous DIY decor box as well. So that little piece right there, the little watercolor piece, that was another previous DIY decor box. It had the 3 little drawers. It had feet. It had the cute little, it was like an apothecary cabinet. And of course it came with some florals and a cute little frame and image to go in it. It was absolutely adorable. Okay, so when you open this up, you'll find all of your supplies inside. Thank you, Anita. The boxes are $38 a month, and then there is a shipping charge on it as well. Okay, so when you open it up, this is what you're going to find for this specific month. You will notice every month you're going to get some white pieces, okay? These pieces are 3D printed. And so these are the pieces that we design and that we manufacture here in our home studio. Okay. So that's what allows me to be really creative and do something different every single month so that you're not getting the same types of things. It's something unique. It's something different. It's something 3D every month. Okay. So it is an actual 3-dimensional piece. It's not just flat. It's got lots of dimension to it and lots of uniqueness. Okay. So you will find this beautiful vase. I like to say that I happen to love scallops. And so a lot of my stuff, you will find scallops in some way, shape, or form. Okay. For instance, you see it even here on this desk calendar that we did on the finial, and then even a little bit down here on the base. So I only have one DIY decor box out right now. I need to get the rest of them out. But anyways, so I like to include scallops. I also like to include dots on the occasion as well. So with this one, though, we just did the scallops. So you got this cute little vase. Inside the vase is a votive candle and 4 clamps. Okay. Yes, Valina, please. Then you're also going to find this little piece right here, which you can see the scallops on there again. So repeating that design from the vase. And then you're also going to have these 2 little rings that look like this. Patty, you cannot put water in it. No, this is decorative only. And then you will have a piece of floral foam, a little package of Spanish moss, and some beautiful flowers. Okay. So that is what is inside your box. Of course, all of the rest of the supplies are supplies that you probably already have in your stash. Okay, they're paint, they're paint brushes, super glue, E6000, hot glue gun, things like that that you probably already have. And I also like to say that, you know, I'm always going to tell you on your info sheet the supplies that are needed to make this look like this picture right up here. However, you don't have to do that, okay? If you don't want it to be the color that I chose to make it, April Morgan, you're our next winner. Congratulations, April. I should probably put Matthew. Okay. Congratulations, April. Listen, Anita, it is because you can save this stuff. Now, this is the way it comes every single month, so there's always all this paper shred in here to protect the contents of the box. But our DIY darlings save this and use it for gifts and all kinds of different things. So it is definitely a part of the box. I don't recommend throwing away. This stuff's not cheap, and you should definitely save it and use it for different things. And I'm sure our DIY darlings can tell you of ways that they use theirs outside of just your typical gifts. Okay, so you do not have to complete your project to look the way that I've completed mine. And that does make a difference with your supplies, because you might not have the specific color that I use, but you might have a color that works. Or maybe you have the colors to mix a color that's similar. Or maybe you just want to go a completely different direction and you've got a really great yellow that you want to use. Then you can do that. Okay. So there's always some options, and you don't always have to use the exact supplies that I have used. All right. Also, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. I don't know. My brain went blank. Okay, let me show you. Did I reset my timer? I did not. Let me reset the timer real quick. Okay, let me show you what this project looks like when it's completed. Okay. So this is a wall vase. All right. And it is meant to hang on the wall. All right, so this has been hanging on my wall now for a month. So this is the holder, essentially, okay? And then this is the vase that goes inside the little ring, okay? And this is what it looks like when it's hanging on the wall. Is that not the most adorable thing ever? And so with every single month, all right, we don't just send you just the vase and the holder, okay? We don't just send you just the 3D printed item. We are sending you more than that. We're sending you what you need to really complete it and make it look like it goes right into your home. It's ready to be put on the wall, okay? It's ready to be displayed. You've got everything that you need. That's our concept. That's our philosophy, okay? I don't want to just send you just that piece. I want to send you things to go with it, okay? So with this, you're receiving the flowers. You're receiving the Spanish moss that goes inside and the floral foam as well. Plus, you need some clamps for this project. And I thought, y'all might not have clamps. So I'm going to include some clamps. For this project, you also need wax. So because you may or may not have wax, I'm also going to include wax. So sometimes I'm going to include supplies because it's something that you may not have. We've been known to include full bottles of paint and full bottles of triple thick before because, again, it might be something that you do not have in your stash. And so I really try and pay attention to that. If it's something that I think you may not have, I'm going to send it in your box. Okay? Thank you all so much. I'm glad you like it. That thought just came to my head, and as quick as it just came to my head, it went right back out of my head. What was I talking about? So I was talking about I'm sending you supplies that you might need. Why does my brain work that way? It's so annoying. It is so annoying. I had another thought I needed to share with you all, but it's gone. It's absolutely gone. Okay, so some of our pieces are going to be functional. Okay, some of them are going to be more than just decor. Some of them are going to be functional. All right. So, for instance, we have done a salt and pepper crock. That's functional. That sits on right by my stove day after day, and I use it day after day. Okay, that is something that's functional. Let's see, what's something else that's functional that we have done? We did a dispenser, not a soap dispenser, a tray for your soap dispensers. And so that was something that was functional. It also included the soap dispensers and the labels for the soap dispensers, as well as a cute little brush that went on the little tray. It was super cute. That right there is something else, okay, that is functional. So sometimes it's something functional. Sometimes it's purely decorative. In this case, someone did ask, can I put water in it? No, you cannot put water in it. Because there are teeny tiny little holes. Okay, Anita Gambrel, you're our next winner. Congratulations, Anita. So there's teeny tiny little holes that you can't see. And that's because of the way that the 3D printing works. And so if you put water in it, it's going to almost condensate is what it's going to look like on the outside. However, what you can do is put a small vase of some kind inside and then put real flowers coming out of that vase. So you can absolutely do that, okay? And I did try and make it as strong as possible, but I do still recommend being careful, okay? These pieces are not indestructible. They are fairly durable, but they are not indestructible, okay? So we, like I said, they're 3D printed. They are made out of a type of plastic called PLA. It is paintable. This right here was painted with acrylic paint, okay? With Deco Art acrylic paint. The color that we used is a new color we have on our website called Williamsburg Blue. There is no priming required, okay? So I like to reiterate that because it's something that people worry about. When I say plastic, everyone starts to panic. I did set the timer. Thank you, Sandy. The paint sticks to these pieces like a dream. If you're a DIY darling, you all can attest to it. They paint beautifully, okay? And it sticks very, very, very well. I have never had a complaint or have I ever seen it myself where the paint has chipped or peeled off of these pieces, okay? So the Deco Art acrylic paint adheres to these pieces beautifully. But like I said, some of the pieces, depending upon the piece and how it's made and all of that, it can be a little fragile. So with some pieces, I do recommend being careful. Jeremy, if you are a DIY darling, then that means, by the way, that you are a subscriber. Then you can message us, and sometimes we have extras and sometimes we do not. So it just depends on the month, all right? If you are a DIY darling and you have already purchased and received this month and you want another one, I do have extras this month, okay? But you do have to be a DIY darling to purchase one, okay? So if you wanted to have one on both sides of a window or something like that, or like almost like a sconce, then I do have some extras so you can purchase. I don't have a ton, but I do have a few extras, okay? So yes, keep the paper shred, Jeslyn says. Sandy, you absolutely need to join. By the way, I also wanted to make mention, these do come with holes in the back, screw holes in the back for hanging it on the wall. And you can always also use, yay, Alexandria, I'm so glad that you're coming in April. Y'all, I'm looking at two different screens and this one's behind. So if I'm commenting on things that are like a ways away that y'all talked about like 10 minutes ago, that's the reason why. Okay. So anyways, you can also always use like command strips or something like that That's actually how I had this one hanging up, because I had this one hanging on my tile backsplash in my kitchen, which was super cute. Okay. If somebody joins today and you would like to purchase last month's, then yes, I will allow that, because like I said, we do have some extras. But again, you have to be a subscriber in order to purchase this one here. Whether it's an extra or not, you have to be a subscriber, okay? Please understand that when with the subscription, when you are paying, so when you subscribe right now, you're not paying for this one. When you subscribe right now, you are paying for the one that's currently in production that's going to ship out at the beginning of September. All right. Okay. Jamie Thompson, you are our next winner. Sandy, it's the same price. For the extras, it's the same price. All right, we have one more to give away. And we still have to do the sneak peek of next month. Can those sit on the table? Yes, they can sit on the table. You would just remove this and not use this piece and just use the vase itself, okay? What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying, honestly. I was gonna say something, but it's gone again. Surprise, surprise. This is definitely interchangeable season to season, so you can absolutely remove the daisies and pop in whatever you want to. You can do Christmas florals in here. You can do fall. You can do whatever you want. I do want to mention the seasons. That is what I was going to say. It's talking about the seasons. I find that a lot of subscription boxes tend to be very seasonal, very themey, and I try and stay away from that. Okay. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I don't do themey or seasonal, okay, because I do. But what I try and do is limit it, okay, and give you lots of months that are things like this, okay, that you can use all year round, all right? And even sometimes the months that are geared towards a specific holiday are still can be used year round. Okay. Christmas tends to be pretty much Christmas. It's pretty much going to be a Christmas project. It's going to be Christmassy. There's going to be 1 month of Christmas. There's going to be 1 month of fall. That for the most part is probably going to be pretty fall. Okay. Not always, but most likely it's going to be pretty much fall. Something that you're going to use just during the fall season. I only do fall. I don't do Halloween. Easter is usually going to be, well, not necessarily. It could either be something specifically for Easter or something that can be used at Easter, but can be used year round. All right. And then I also do something for the 4th of July. That's very much 4th of July. And then I'll usually do something for Valentine's Day, but it is never strictly Valentine's Day. It's always something that can be used year round as well. So you've got lots of months in between where you're getting something that you can use every single day. Okay. Every single day that you can use just for decor, something that's functional. It just all depends on what it is. Okay. Like for instance, we did do the jewelry box. That was something that was functional. So it is, I think what I was also talking about was when you pay, you're paying for the month coming up. So we always pay a month ahead of time. And that way we know how many we have to get ready and how many we have to prepare. And that gives us a whole month. We spend an entire month printing and preparing these boxes for you all. and then we will ship them out at the beginning of the month. Jeremy, I do craft a little bit of Halloween. I don't do a ton. Okay, like for instance, I just did this, the other day, that's pretty Halloween. But I don't do a ton because I don't decorate Halloween. But that doesn't mean I don't craft it. If it's something I want to craft, I'm going to craft it, whether it's something I'm going to actually display or not. Okay. So I do some Halloween, yes. And typically I do a Halloween craft paper and a fall craft paper set. We do both of those. So anyways, any other questions that I need to answer about the DIY Decor Box? You can always scan this QR code right here. You can take a screenshot of it, then go into your photos and pull up that photo, and then just hold your finger down right on that QR code, and it'll bring up the website. So that's just an easy way if you're watching on your phone to use a QR code. And that'll give you all of the information about the DIY Decor Box if you're interested in it and learning more about it. It's such a fabulous subscription that's so much fun. And I promise you that you're going to have FOMO if you don't subscribe. If you were to see all of the previous boxes that we have done, I guarantee you will have FOMO. If you ask a DIY darling if they have had FOMO because of a previous box that we did before they subscribed, they're going to tell you yes. Okay. So join us so that you don't have to miss out. Yes, the tutorial is this Thursday, Cheryl. Typically, our tutorials are the third Thursday of the month. It depends on the month, but most of the time it pretty much falls the third Thursday of the month. Teresa Smith, you are our last winner. Congratulations, Teresa. Okay. All right, y'all. So let's do a little sneaky peek of next month's box. So if you pay and subscribe for this during this month, okay, you're going to be getting next month's box. This is a box that we are currently manufacturing around here. We are currently printing. We are currently preparing for y'all, okay? So I have one sneak peek for you. I'm going to show it to you, and that's all I'm going to do. All right. That's all there is to it. That's all I'm sharing with you today. So y'all, the DIY Decor Box is super fun. Again, it's every month. It's $38 a month. And that comes with everything you need to complete your project, as well as the tutorial. No additional charge for that tutorial. And you're going to learn and gain so much more than just that 2 hours of time to yourself. Because you're also going to gain so much knowledge. You're going to learn so much. You're going to learn all kinds of techniques and things that you can put in your back pocket. And I tell everyone all the time, I chose to paint this one like this for this month. But maybe you want to use a technique that we've used on a previous box. Who knows? Several months ago. So you already know how to do it. And so you have that opportunity to do that. Okay. You thought we'd see it finished. Oh, next month? No, I never share with you the month coming up. Okay. You all will never see it until after all of our DIY darlings have already received theirs in the mail on their doorstep, because it's always a surprise to our subscribers. So if they haven't received it, I am not sharing it with you all. Like I said, by the time I share it with you all, it is no longer available. Okay? It is no longer available. It is gone, basically. Okay? And some months I definitely do not have extras. So that's why I say it's really good to subscribe, because by the time I show you something, you can no longer get it. So that's where the FOMO comes in, okay? Belina says, I'm thinking a handle for something functional. Jamie says, I know I've learned so much. Mom says, the cool thing about the tutorials is they're always available in the private Facebook group. Yes, so if you are not able to join us during that live tutorial, it's not a big deal. It's still there, okay? It is still there. You can go back and you can watch it when you have the time to do it. So some people choose to craft with me live. And that's great because they're able to ask questions with me right there while I'm crafting, and I can answer their questions. But some people choose to just watch, and then they do it on their own time. And some people just come back later and watch it when they're ready. And that way they can pause it as they're working on it, and all of that. Yes, Melissa. Well, it's really not sad because our DIY darlings receive a surprise in the mail every month. And that's what makes it so exciting and fun, is that surprise. And they're never disappointed. I've never had someone say that they were disappointed. It's always a fun surprise in the box, on your doorstep every month. So it's really a good thing. Okay. But again, that's why I say you really shouldn't wait. If it's in something you're interested in, go ahead and join. That way you don't miss out. Absolutely, Sandy. She said put some twinkle lights in there. Hey, Tammy, I'm good. Okay, so thank you all so much for joining me today. Thank you to all of our winners. Again, if you are a winner, please send us your mailing address so that we can ship out these prizes to you tomorrow. And those winners are Belina, Patty Shuffler, April Morgan, Anita Carol Gambrell, Jamie Thompson, and Teresa Smith. Okay, Belina, I did not say your last name because I don't know how bad I'm going to butcher that. So, all right, y'all. Well, I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful, wonderful Monday, and I'll see y'all back here